I'm a go-getter.
It's the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. His goal is to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Success is the only option.
Goalgetta is all about mindset. My mindset is, since I'm here, why not be the greatest ever? And it's a win-win situation. Let's say I don't become the greatest ever. I'll become one of the greats. But it forces me to grind the greatness every day. And if you want to win that life, you got to grind the greatness every day. You deserve to live your best life. The world can sleep on you, but just make sure you don't sleep on you. So I love and believe in you, and I want to take you to that next level. Put your seatbelt on. Ride with me.
I feel the 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah. Welcome to the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. And ready or not, it's about to go up. That's right. Up, not down. Now the guests I got in the building today got the 3 words coming. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah. So welcome to the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. Goalgetter. What's a goal-getter? I'm glad you asked. My logo sums up my message. 1 finger to the brain, the other pointing to the sky. All I'm saying is, with the right mindset, you can go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind, and it takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal-getter. I'm a goal-getter. Success is the only option. Everything about my guest today says success is the only option. But before I get to my guest, a few things we got to talk about. We got the success is the only option school tour. That's right. I'm coming to see you. Visit the link below. I can't wait to come see your students and talk to the staff. But I'm telling you right now, my goal for 2022 is to reach 1 million students. So make sure you share the link. I am very, very passionate about changing lives. Also, we got the Success is the Only Option Teen Career Day, February 19th. We got 90 teens registered. It's going to be a life-changing event. It's a 2-part event. So the first part's for the teens, but the second part, we need the public to come out. Doors open for the public at 2:30 p.m. at the Faith Place, 790 Easter Ave. So make sure you're there. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be epic. One of my speaker friends is coming in town from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He's amazing. So yes, I'll see y'all February 19th. Also, Goalgetta Apparel. Wear who you are. You're a goal-getter. Goal-getter, it's a mindset. It's a way of life. And on your journey, I want to make sure I'm there with you. So make sure you go to the site. We got the Goalgetta hats, hoodies, sweaters. We even got the Goalgetta shoes. That's right, I said the Goalgetta shoes. Make sure you visit the site. And it comes in a Goalgetta box. So grab you some Goalgetters. You need these in your life. And we got the matching joggers. And you know what? I just dropped a new product. Because I think in 2022, too many people are already just in their feelings. So I need you to turn your feelings down and turn your hustle up. Yep, I brought it back. Actually, it's a track off my first motivational speaker album, Life Changer. I had a track by that name title. So I brought the hoodie and shirt back. Turn your feelings down, turn your hustle up. Visit the website, grab you one. Now, mental exercises. My question to you, have you been doing them? Now, as y'all all know, we live in a very cold, dark world, and people are quick to tell you what you can't do. But you look at the word can't, right? Take the T off, it says can. You can achieve whatever you put your mind to. But this is a great way to start your day. So when you first wake up, I need 3 positive thoughts. I share a few of mine with you. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be a great husband. Be a great father. This when you first wake up. You can do more than 3, but at least 3. Now from there, you should be going to the restroom, brushing your teeth, washing your face. If not, we got a problem. But while you're in the restroom, I need positive affirmations. Look at that person you see in the mirror and say, I am great. I am a winner. Success is the only option. I want you to be the first person to speak life into yourself every single day. The conversations you have with yourself is very, very important because before you can achieve anything great, you got to believe that you are great. Now, to my guest, and make sure I say this first name right, Aujile.
That's right.
I hit it. Oh, I'm a go-getter. Aujile Riley. So, she's a retired therapist turned mindset and weight loss coach who helps women lose weight for good from the inside out. After years of struggling on her own on her weight loss journey, she decided to shift her focus away from the scale and concentrate on her mindset and behaviors instead. This simple change led to a loss of over 100 pounds, which she has been able to maintain for over the past 2 years. So Aujile, say what's up to the people.
What's up?
So we're going to dive right into it. So, wow. So you decided to take your focus off the scale and then concentrate on, like you said, mindset and behavior change. Because it's definitely a lifestyle. And because you did that, you were actually able to lose over 100 pounds. So when people hear that, yeah, okay, but talk about that process because it's not easy. It's not easy. And you made sure you said struggling for years. So let's talk about that process.
Yes, and I'm glad you said the word process because that's exactly what it was. You know, I feel like when people look at weight loss, too often they just assume it just happens. You know, like it's you just suddenly arrive and that's that. But that's not the case at all. It's an ongoing process, and even once you lose the weight, the process continues.
Right.
Because again, when you're not focusing on the scale, you realize that there are so many tools and there's so many skills and there's so many mindset shifts that you actually have to go through. Again, that process you have to go through in order to be in the right frame of mind, in order to even accomplish that, in order to even stick with the process. Because again, so many people start losing weight. Everybody starts losing weight. You know, that's not hard to start losing weight. Now, the keep going, the finishing, the getting to your destination and beyond, that's where the tricky part comes in. And without mindset development, without focusing on your behaviors and your patterns and getting an understanding of you, without doing that, you're spinning your wheels.
Oh, I love it. So you said patterns of you, so mastering yourself. So for you, what was the biggest hurdle for you?
The biggest hurdle, let me see. I would say belief. I would say belief. So when I initially started, I was very strong in the belief that I could do it, right? Now, I went into it saying that this is going to be the last time I start my weight loss journey. So I knew that, right? But in the back of my mind, you know, there was still something in there that told me, you know, you're not going to do it, or you're only going to be able to do it for this long. So kind of mastering my fear, overcoming my fear, and holding on to belief was something that came up consistently throughout my journey. And quite honestly, it still comes up today, you know, in my entrepreneurial journey. So it's a repeating thing. But again, if that wasn't something that I really learned the skills how to be able to do when I was on my journey and kept at it and practicing, if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Love it. So I think with you definitely got a big advantage because you said retired therapist. So tell us how you just using your experience from there, because everything is mindset. I believe that's what my logo, mindset. I believe mindset is everything. So from your therapist standpoint, what would you say the conversations that people need to have to really even continue? Because you say everybody start right now, it's January, right? So, you know, the gyms are packed. Probably February, they still be packed. Starting probably like in March, that's when people start fading. So what would you say, what can they really do to really keep them to stay the course?
Well, I think the first thing to do would be to actually look at their past behavior, right?
Okay.
Because again, about those behavior patterns.
Right.
So if you're the type of person that, you know, you're doing good for 2 weeks and then you fall off, and then you try again 3 months later and you go good for 2 weeks and then you fall off, you need to look at your behavior patterns. Why is this happening? You know, why is it that I keep getting off track? What is stopping me from reaching my goal and breaking through this particular barrier? So I think actually taking the step back and taking a look within, which is again something that people don't like to do because it's uncomfortable.
Right.
But it's also necessary if you're going to make any level of progress. If you're going to grow on any level, you have to study yourself and get to know yourself and get a true understanding of how you operate. Because unless you know where you're starting, how do you know what changes you need to make?
Right. Woo. So something I think I want to highlight, press the rewind button, so I want y'all to take notes. So she said, uncomfortable. You got to have them uncomfortable conversations. You got to be honest if you really want to have effective change. So once you know you study your behavior patterns, you got to be honest with yourself as far as the conversation, what the results is. And if you're not willing to make the adjustments, then nothing's going to change. But being honest. As you talked about uncomfortable, greatness resides outside your comfort zone. You got to get outside you're going to be uncomfortable. You know, a lot of people don't want to be uncomfortable, but they say they want change. But change requires change. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's not the way it works. So when someone signs up for your program, What's that process like?
So I have a couple different offers.
Okay.
So if they sign up for if they want to do individual sessions, they'd have two different options. So
I feel them 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah. So we're still booking for the Success is the Only Option School Tour. Visit the link below. My logo sums up my message. 1 finger to the brain, 1 to the sky. With the right mindset, you go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind, and it takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal-getter. I'm a goal-getter. Like my hoodie says, success is the only option.
excuse me. Now, so on Instagram, which is my main home, that's where I live daily. So on Instagram, I have the links available in my bio, and essentially someone would go to the link and they would schedule themselves for a consultation. And then from that consultation, we'll decide what that one-on-one package would look like, right? Because some people, depending on where they are today, they might need 10 sessions, they might need 3 months, whereas somebody else, they might only need 3 sessions or a month worth of individual sessions. So it really just depends on their needs. But that if they're looking for individual, the first step would be to sign up for the first step would be to sign up for a consultation session. Right. The second option for individual would be if you are just looking for a one-off session, so not any ongoing mindset coaching, just a one-off. I'm experiencing a barrier right now, and I just, I'm pretty good for the most part, but I just need a little help with getting through this. So if that's the case, then that is also an additional service that they can just go right on and book. Again, in my bio on Instagram. Also, my website, which I'm still working on it, so it's not perfect just yet, but eatcleanish.com is actually my website, and those services can be scheduled on there as well. And then group coaching would be the third way to work with me. So those who are interested in group coaching, there is an application that they would complete, again, in my bio on Instagram. They complete the application. Once they complete the application, I get back to them, and it is me. It's not, it's not anybody from my team. It's not some bot. It is me. I do respond directly and kind of talk to them a little bit more about the program, make sure that it's actually what they're looking for, and then move through the process of getting them signed up.
Ooh, so something I like, you said, you can't outwork a bad diet, but we want to be realistic. So she said eat cleanish. Okay, so let's talk about dieting and your style. Because it's one thing, she said, it's one thing to lose the weight, once you get to that point, but it's another thing to keep it off. And she was able, after losing 100 pounds, to keep it off at 2 years. A lot of times, people hit the goal, and I've been guilty of this too. When we had these competitions, they hit the goal, they lose the weight, then they put it, you know what? I can't wait to eat my favorite foods, and then they get it right back up. That's why I say you can't outwork a bad diet. I did it plenty times. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so that is 110% true. You cannot outwork a bad diet. So my whole take on that is I did coin the phrase eat cleanish, which essentially means, so I do look to eat clean for the most part. And what that essentially means is foods that occur naturally, in the world. So your fruits, your vegetables, nuts, grains, meat as well. I'd meat, fish, that's pretty much what I eat for the most part, right? But at the same time, I realized, again, when I'm looking at me and my behavior patterns and the things that work for me and don't, being super strict doesn't work for me, right? So there's some people that can eat clean and live happily ever after. I need a little spice in my life. So that's where the ish part comes on. So I probably eat about, when I'm eating the way I'm supposed to, because, we also have those periods where that's not the case. But I eat about 80% clean and about 20% not, and whatever that not looks like, because on some days, honestly, that not looks like, fries at Chick-fil-A, right?
My wife, look, shout out to my wife, Chick-fil-A, and my daughters, they love Chick-fil-A.
It's amazing. It's amazing. On other days, I really might be craving a slice of cheesecake. So I eat a slice of cheesecake. And when you are eating cleanish, it puts you in a position where you don't feel guilt for the times where you are enjoying yourself, because you know that you're giving your body the things that you need 80% of the time.
Right. That's dope. That's dope. I think that's real. You know, it's not when you cleanish. I just love that phrase, cleanish. You know, because you still want to live life and enjoy life. So I think with me, what I've learned, I think it's important not to have cheat days but cheat meals. You know, so that's been very big for me as far as being able to maintain. And so I want to go back to, so you were there. How long were you a therapist?
8 years.
8 years. Okay. So what made you say, you know what, I want to transition into mindset and weight loss coach? What made you just say officially this is my calling?
So it's funny because it wasn't voluntary. It was not voluntary. So I was in the mental health field, absolutely loved it. I was convinced that like I was where I was going to be forever, and
right.
Life was great, right? And then I was working at my last job in mental health, and when I ended up getting attacked by a patient
Wow.
at that job. So when I got attacked from that job, shortly after I found out I was pregnant, so that was a situation I couldn't do because I was working in a mental health hospital.
Right.
So that wasn't a situation that I could be in pregnant and knowing that I can potentially be physically harmed.
Right.
So after that, I left that job, and with me being pregnant, I just took some time off. And then after taking time off, I went back into the work field, but it was not in mental health. I was working in customer service, and I absolutely hated it. I was absolutely miserable, right? And as I'm, doing this job, I got introduced to coaching, oddly enough, via someone on Instagram. They were kind of like, I'm looking for someone who wants to coach, and I'm like, that sounds interesting, because again, I had lost my weight. I was kind of getting bored with weight loss, only because I wasn't growing anymore when it came to weight loss, right? So I kind of mastered it on my own, and I was just kind of bored with it. So I figured helping other people reach their weight loss goals would be an excellent kind of transition and a way for me to kind of get excited about it again. Right. And that's exactly what happened. So I became a coach, focusing, mainly on, helping people lose weight. And then, I kind of thought about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to do this my way. Like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this my way. And my way includes the mindset piece. In fact, that's the most important piece to me. The way that I teach my clients is mindset. If you don't get nothing else from working with me, I need you to shift your mindset, number one. Then I need you to implement some nutrition, and then exercise. Like that's the way that I put things in terms of importance, and the way that I want my clients to do things. But yeah, I did not set out to be a coach. But I can honestly say that now that I'm here, I am 100% sure that I am walking in my calling, and I am completely aligned with where God wants me to be.
Love it, love it, love it. I think the ultimate high is walking in your purpose. And it's kind of funny, as we transition into, you start talking about how this happened, you started to glow. You was talking about it. I was like, wow, yeah, she's definitely walking in her purpose. That's great. And you're changing lives. So that's dope. I think it's definitely gratifying. It's one thing when you do it yourself, but to see people achieve their goals, it's a great feeling. I definitely can relate to that. So I want you to give the people, some principles that you live by.
Principles that I live by. Okay, so I have, I call them mindset mantras, actually.
Okay.
So one of them is grace over guilt. Because guilt doesn't serve us. Guilt puts us in a negative headspace, and it fills us with negative emotions, and then we start self-sabotaging. We start getting depressed and all type of things. So instead of guilt, I truly believe that what we need to do is look at the situation again, assess the situation, right? Self-reflect. I'm really big on self-reflection. So we need to reflect on the situation, and then give ourselves grace and space to grow and to learn and to do better. So grace over guilt is definitely one of mine. Progress over perfection, very similar concept, where it really, I do not subscribe to the no days off. I don't subscribe to it. A lot of people do. And, I think that fits some people's personalities, right? Some people can do the go, go, go. Some people are, right, some people are grinders, right? That's you. That's absolutely you. My personality is a little bit different. So with my personality, I need periods of rest. I need downtime. I need wiggle room, right? So again, with the cleanish, those are the types of things that I need in order to be successful. So progress over perfection pretty much speaks to that. This journey is not about whether you're talking about your mindset journey, whether you're talking about your weight loss journey, any journey in life.
Right.
It is really not about doing things perfectly. And honestly, if you tried, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
I agree.
So it really is not about perfection. So we shouldn't be striving for that. What we should be striving for is progress. So did I do better than yesterday? Am I one step closer than I was before? And these are the markers that we should be using to identify success. And I truly believe that if we did that, that in itself would put us mentally in a better place.
Love it, love it, love it. And I think something she hits on, because I'm big on, always the grind never stops. I have a lot of things going on. But she talked about behaviors and mastering yourself, knowing who you are. jblackinspires.com. So I'm so passionate about inspiring. So if you notice with me, motivational speaker, mentor program, Goalgetta Academy, Goalgetta Podcast with Jay Black, author. Now I added the fitness trainer, motivational speaker albums. But with me is constant. I also have a wife, 4 kids. But at the same time, I do have pockets when it's the downtime. When I say no days off, it doesn't literally mean no days off. It's just that with me, it's maybe just an hour or 2 or 3 here, there, something like that. But me, I'm so locked in on purpose. I'm just, like I said earlier, when she started talking about the shit from mindset and wellness coach, how she just lit up. I just love to inspire people. I just know somebody's always watching. So on my journey, is at this point, I feel like I'm carrying on that tradition of Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X. So I'm constantly want to make sure that I'm being inspiring somebody to just walk in their purpose. So that's why I say with me, it's no days off. But it's not even about me. It's about other people. I want to share this point because it's a perfect point to understand how powerful one voice is. So a name that we all know, Tyler Perry. Everybody knows that name, right? So he was watching an Oprah Winfrey show, and they were saying that it was therapeutic to write down your pain. That's how he became a writer. That's the beginning of his journey. So by Oprah Winfrey walking to her purpose, it opened the door for Tyler Perry. So that's what I want people to understand is that no matter where you at, it could be the way you smile, or you might just be a sharp dresser, or just be your energy. But understand somebody's always watching, and by you just being you, there'll never be another you. By you just being you, it inspires somebody to be the best version of themselves. And that's what it's about. She talked about progress. Every day, I say every day, comparison is the thief of joy. So every day it's about you versus you, growing every single day. Every day, I'll tell you at a time, aim to be the best version of yourself. When I break down Goalgetta, a goal-getter grinds to greatness every day, aims to be the best version of themselves every day, understands that adversity is a part of the journey to success. So we embrace it. We never give up. Success is the only option. So if success is the only option, we don't believe in failure. It's either we win or we learn. We win or learn. But it's about growth. So love it. That's definitely a great point. I'm glad you broke it down like that. And it's okay to be different. I think also she posted on that. I think that's another thing that's great about her style as far as with eat cleanish. I never heard that phrase, but I think that's real. People do that and probably just don't promote it. But perfect doesn't exist. So I'm glad that you're actually willing to be transparent and honest. And I think that's definitely going to prepare you to hold the right.
You know what? Transparency and honesty is actually one of the things that I've built my platform on.
Right.
Even from the very, very beginning, because I've shared my journey on social media from the very beginning. Like when I was 289 pounds, you can scroll on my Instagram and you can see those pictures in real time. So one of the things that I've always done is, again, I've always shown when it was tough, when it was hard, when I was struggling. I've shown that literally, like through pictures, I've shown it. And that's something that I've kept going even up until now. So transparency and being honest and letting people know, like, listen, everything, people assume everything fits into a little box, but that's not the case. There are things outside of the box, and it's okay that there are things outside of the box, So I think sometimes people get afraid, again, what you said, that comparison. People get afraid to, voice or have a feeling that is outside of what they view as the norm, right? But the truth of the matter is that's okay.
Right.
And really, there's no such thing as normal.
Woo! Hey, make sure you press the rewind button. Take some notes. But I really want you to grasp, a lot of jewels were dropped during this interview. Get the people your social media information so they can stay in contact with you.
Oh, yes. So again, Instagram is my primary home. Journey to Wonderland is my page. Now I'll spell it out because it's spelled a little different. So
it's going to pop up on the screen. Go ahead.
Yes. So Journey, Journey, the number 2, Wonderland is ONEDERLAND. DERLND. So there's no A in the Wonderland.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, great. So, last question, and we're going to wrap it up. So, somebody asked you, Aujile Riley, who is she? What would you say?
Aujile Riley is a fun-loving, life-loving person who is really passionate about helping people and passionate about helping people realize who they are and who they can be. Aujile Riley is also a mother. Aujile Riley is also a wife. But I also want to point out that I purposely mentioned those things that I am outside of that first, because there was a time in my life where I only identified as a wife and mother.
Right.
So now that, again, that progress has happened and I'm outside of that, it's important to first identify myself as who I am, and then identify myself as the roles that I play for others.
Oh, wait. See, she didn't open up another door. We'll be here forever. So I'm about to wrap it up. She opened up another door, but I will say this. That is so important. It's so important. I tell people, don't lose yourself in a relationship. And it's multiple relationships when you become adults. Because when you become an adult, first now you become a father or a mother. Okay, then if you're a husband or wife, so these are different roles, So then you can easily lose yourself to who are you as an individual, So that is powerful. So yes, make sure you stay connected with her on social media. We really want you to live your best life. So you need to master your behaviors and then make the adjustments, whatever your goal are. But as far as fitness, this journey, she's very passionate. This is her purpose. Definitely connect with her. She knows what she's doing. I love her approach. I think it's real. That phrase, eat clean-ish. I love it. So, hope you enjoyed the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. Make sure you go to the website, grab you some Goalgetta apparel, stay connected. Schools, universities, I'm coming to you on the mission to change the world. So, I love and believe in you. And always remember, only person that can stop you is you. Yes. I feel the 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah, you're a goal-getter. And I want you to wear who you are. Visit the website below and grab you some Goalgetta apparel. We got the hoodies, we got the Goalgetta joggers, we got the Goalgetta beanie hats, and much more.
It's the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. Stay excited and stay connected. www.jblackinspires.com